Well, aloha! It's Friday, and we're back at it. So this is Jamie Barber from Jamie Barber Homes, and happy Friday. It's the 24th of June. Look at that. Next weekend is 4th of July weekend. So let's discuss a little real estate. Earlier the Fed raised interest rates, so 0.75%, which is beginning to affect mortgages. So if you're a buyer, the buyer pool, if you're a seller, the buyer pool is shrinking, and houses are staying on the market a little longer. So if you're a buyer, you're not going to get into those crazy bidding wars, which is good. And if you're a seller, it's still a good time to sell. These interest rates are pretty low historically. So let's discuss what's happening. So after more than a year of soaring demand, exploding home prices, and increasing real estate sales, the market finally seems to be shifting. The housing market isn't crashing, but it's experiencing a bit of a hangover as it comes down from an unsustainable high. It was nuts. And this is from Taylor Mann from Redfin. He's the deputy chief economist. Now, mortgage rates have increased more than 2.5 percentage points this year, and the higher costs of financing a home have changed the calculations for many would-be home buyers. As a result, year-over-year home sales have been dropping a little in the recent months. In a Fannie Mae survey on home buyer sentiment, it recorded 79 of the respondents said it's a bad time to buy a house. While a lot of home sellers are already dropping their prices, more homeowners will decide to stay. But now that the mortgage rate stay put, now the mortgage rate on a new home is significantly higher than the current one. Okay, so while the market is still very strong by historical standards, and let's remember this, here are the 5 reasons to believe that the tide is turning. Inventory of homes for sale is growing. That's number 1. With the demand for homes outstripping supply, the inventory for homes for sale have been consistently declining year over year during the pandemic housing boom. Now, but in May, the inventory started moving in a different direction. The most recent weeks on active listings up 13% from last year. Seeing the number of homes increase is good news for the buyers. It shifts the trend that they're seeing more homes. It should help balance the market, slowing down home price growth and increasing the time on the market. Now, in addition to the high cost pushing prospective buyers out of the market, part of the reason there are more listings is that more homeowners are deciding to sell. Home prices are showing a lot of sticking power. Price growth is going to slow, but we expect prices to stay high. If home sellers can't get the price they want, they're likely not to put it on the market. More price cuts, number 2. If you've been looking at homes, you may be noticing something you haven't seen in a long time. Price cuts. For a while, homes were selling so quickly, often with bidding wars, the sellers would commonly get more than they asked for. But as affordability challenges squeeze buyers and there's less competition to buy, some sellers are deciding to lower their prices. Price cuts were seen in the 10.5% of homes in May, up from 6.10 in the May of 2021. Now, that doesn't mean there's a liquidation sale on houses. The share of houses with price reduction is higher now, but May share is still lower than May going back to 2017. It's less competitive than last year, but it's still pretty competitive. Literally, I was listing houses on Thursday, and we were in escrow by that Tuesday morning. So Real estate companies are laying people off. Well, that's true. With less activity in the housing market, real estate companies are announcing layoffs. Redfin said it cut 8% of its employees. Encompass said it would reduce its workforce by 10%. Now, these are literally internet real estate companies. They're not the brick and mortar real estate companies that we have, like here at Keller Williams. Jamie Barber Homes is part of Keller Williams, like Keller Williams, Realty Execs, those Coldwell Banker. Those are brick and mortar real estate companies, and those agents are sticking it out right at the moment. Now, the layoff on Redfin's is the shortfall on Redfin's revenues. Not in people letting it go. At Compass, 450, so 4,500 employees will be cut due to the clear signals of slowing economic growth. Mortgage applications are down. That's number 4. As mortgage rates have spiked, would-be homeowners are applying for fewer loans. In the week ending June 10th, mortgage purchase applications were down 16% from a year earlier, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Purchase applications were down compared to last year as ongoing inventory shortages and affordability challenges have cooled demand, coinciding with the rapid jump in mortgage rates. With mortgage rates well above 5%, refinance activity that was on fire when rates were rock bottom during the pandemic has dried up, running more than 70% lower than last year. And number 5, fewer people are shopping for homes. With prices so high and mortgage rates still climbing, fewer people seem to be shopping at for homes right now. An index from Redfin that assesses home buyer demand by measuring requests of home tours and other home buying services from Redfin agents was down 14% year over year during the week ending on June 12th. This was the 9th consecutive week of declines in this index. If it weren't for the surge in mortgage rates, the housing market would still be in a boom right now, said James Capello. He's a Redfin agent up in San Francisco area. Demand from home buyers was still extremely high as recently as February. But rates are making it really tough, going from 3% to nearly 6% almost instantly has scared a lot of people out of the market. But listen, don't let this scare you out of the market. Let's talk. Let's get you qualified. The inventory's getting bigger. We're not getting into those crazy bidding wars, so you're not going to be paying way over the asking price like before. And more than likely, you'll get your offer accepted. FHA, VA, those are starting to look better now. You know how much problem those were last year. So let's get you into a house. So call me, Jamie Barber, at jamiebarberhomes.com. Email me, and let's talk. We'll get you to a lender, we'll get you qualified, and then we'll go look to buy you a home. All right, again, let me know. This is Jamie Barber from Jamie Barber Homes saying have a great weekend and enjoy it. Remember, next week is 4th of July. There'll still be an Aloha Friday next Friday. So enjoy the weekend. Aloha! It's Friday. I'll see you next week. If you're interested in selling your home, still a good time. If you're interested in buying a home, even a better time, email me, Jamie at Jamie Barber Homes. Aloha. See you next week.